Hi, second graders. Ms. Shannon here with your math lesson for today. For today's lesson, you will need your Bridges student notebook. You will need your inchworm ruler that you made. And you will also need some of your colored tiles. Okay? So those are the materials you will be needing for this lesson. Today, we will estimate and measure using inches. Our I can statement is, I can measure length in feet, estimate length in feet, and use appropriate tools strategically, meaning make the choice about which measuring tool I want to use and why. Today, we are going to work on measuring some things around your house with our inchworm rulers. So we are going to use your inchworm ruler and tiles to measure some different objects. So once again, making your inchworm ruler was an assignment a week ago, last Wednesday. Your materials came in your math packet, so if you still have not had a chance to make your inchworm ruler, please go back into last Wednesday's assignments and follow along on how to make your inchworm ruler. Before we get started, I want you to take a look at my inchworm ruler. Okay, and here is a tile. All right, I want you to notice that one tile is equal to 1 inch. Okay, so when you are measuring with your inchworm ruler or you are measuring with your tiles, these are 1 inch tiles. Okay, so today you are going to get to choose which measuring tool is easier for you to use. Will it be easier for you to use your inchworm ruler to measure the objects? Or will it be easier for you to line up all of the inchworm tile or all of the tiles just so to measure? Okay, so you are going to get to choose. You want to measure with your ruler or with your inch tiles. Let's see if I can see you on my desk. So if you're wanting to measure with your tiles, you would have to line them up like this to measure your object, and each tile would equal 1 inch. All right, so you choose which one you think is going to be easier to measure with. Before we get started on measuring, I want you to take a look at your inchworm ruler and make sure, if you have not already, that you can add on the numbers or the labels for your ruler. So on your screen, you can see 2 different ways for labeling the inches on your ruler. One is by making tick marks, kind of like I did, and writing the length at the top. Or you can do the other way that is shown on your screen, where you're writing the number directly above the inchworm. Okay, so those are 2 options for labeling your inchworm ruler. You can choose, if you have not already labeled your inches on your ruler, you can do that now. Press pause if you need to, and then press play when you're ready to continue. All right, now that we have our measuring materials ready to use, our inchworm ruler or your tiles, you can choose. We are going to work on page 47. Since we know that the tiles from our inch tiles and our inches on our inchworm ruler are the same, you can decide to use your ruler or tiles. I'm going to turn to page 47, and we're going to read the directions out loud. Page 47 says, use square inch tiles and your inchworm ruler to estimate and measure length in inches. Your first step is to write down your estimate, meaning how many inches long do you think it is? This is before you have done any measuring. You are just going to guess how long you think the object is. So you are going to look for a pencil and estimate how long you think the pencil is in inches. You will find a crayon from your banker box and estimate its length. You can choose a book, an independent reading book. The chair seat that you are sitting in, so you can see the picture example there about where you would measure across the floor. You have Unifix cubes in your math box, so you will measure the length of 10 Unifix cubes. And then you will notice that the last two, one says calculator, and the other is a you choose. I'm going to turn letter F from a calculator to another you choose. Not everyone has a calculator available to them at home. So for letter F, you can choose the object. I thought of one that everyone does have, and you could choose to measure. You could measure the height of your vial or your mealworm. That's an option. So instead of measuring a calculator, you get to choose. For F and G, you can choose the object. Once you have estimated the length of all of these objects, meaning made a guess, you have not measured yet. After you've made your estimates, then you can choose. Do you want to measure using tiles, or do you want to measure using your inchworm ruler? And then you are going to tell me the exact length of those objects after you've measured, okay? So you are going to estimate and measure the length of objects in inches. That is our goal for the lesson today. When you have finished with page 47, you are going to take a picture of it and upload it on the last slide so I can take a look at your work and see the different objects that all of you chose for the last two, since you get to choose those on your own. And there you can see, I just changed the slide, that it does say you choose for letter F. So second graders, remember to be careful and accurate as you use your tools to measure, and be sure to label your length in inches. Okay? Thank you for working on math today, and I can't wait to see your work. Remember to click submit after uploading a photo. Bye.